Hello, my name is Andrew from Terrytown. Welcome to your Jayco 264BH. I'm just going to start this off by apologizing for the wind. It's fairly windy out here. So I am going to be talking a little bit louder into the mic, so just a forewarning. But starting off, we're going to have a light, just in case you do need to hook up at night. You have your retract and extend for your power tongue jack here. If this ever electrically goes out, feel free to pop this tab up, insert a tool inside of here, which is going to be the same tool as your stabilizer jack, so I'll get to that in just a minute. But you just peel this tab up, insert that tool, and then you can go ahead and crank this up or down. Moving to your propane tanks, this is the supply, so you choose whichever way you want the supply or whatever tank you want to start using. So supply this side, you open this one, it's going to start taking that supply. Flip it that side, open this propane tank, and so forth. You'll know it's open when this little red turns green. So for example, if I open this one, just give it a second. As you can see, it turned green right behind there. That means there's a steady flow of propane coming out of that left tank. Storage. Furnace exhaust, so when your furnace is on, this is going to kick out extra heat. So this will get very hot, so for little kids or something, just let them know, do not touch this. Fresh tank fill, open this up. If you're going rustic camping, like for example in a national park, right before you go in, go ahead and fill this up. Once that's full, all you need to do is turn on the water pump, and that pump will then draw water from this fresh tank and start to push it through your lines. Right below it is going to be the drain, so just in case you do have extra water left over, you can go ahead, twist that little cap, and then it will then go ahead and drain the rest of your fresh tank. The little green cap on your wheels indicate that your tires are going to be filled with nitrogen. You are able to fill it with regular air. It's not going to inflate or deflate with temperature change. Just up here, city water connection. So when you get to a campground, this is what you're going to want to plug into for your main water source. Back of your refrigerator here, if you're going to access it. And then your camp power or shore power right here. Outside shower is just going to look like the shower inside, so a hot, cold side of the faucet, and then your shower head on a hose right beneath it. Coming to your sewer system, black tank on the right is going to be your toilet, and then your gray tank on the left is going to be shower and sink. So with this, I recommend doing the black tank first, just because it's going to have solids in it. So go ahead and take this, pull it open, it's going to drain. Once it's done draining, go up here, put a pressurized hose into this little unit, and then that will then activate a small sprinkler inside the system to help kind of flush everything else out that may have gotten stuck. Once you're done with the black tank flush, take your hose out, close the black side, push that in, and then I recommend doing the gray tank last. Just open that up just to give it one last final flush before you go ahead and put your hands back on there. Just to the left of that is going to be your low point drains, hot and cold side. Then cable, satellite input right there. It says backup camera prepped, so if you do decide to purchase backup camera, it'll go right inside there. And then your water heater. This is going to be your anode rod. This is going to protect your tank. All the hard water is going to eat at this rather than your tank, so you need this to turn this on. You just put it inside this hole here. There we go. Put that right in. It's a 1 1/16 socket, so make sure that's nice and tight. Once it's tight, go ahead in the inside, turn on the hot side of the faucet. That faucet will then sputter, but that's just all the air getting pushed out of your tank. Once you have a steady flow of water, go ahead, turn this on, use it, do whatever you need to do. But then when it's time to come and empty it, pull that up. That's the pressure release valve. So it's gonna hiss. Once it's done hissing, that means all the pressure is released. Leave that open. Take your socket, unscrew this, and your water will then drain right out of that hole. Set that there when you're done. Pop that down, and then go ahead and close it up. Otherwise, your outside little kitchen is here. Otherwise, your outside storage is right in here. And then just in case you do decide to put the TV outside, bracket location, 110 outlets, and then cable and satellite outlet right there. Alright, on the very top there, that's a black tab. If you peel that off, you can stick a 10mm socket in there and manually override your awning. Side camera views if you do decide to purchase the back camera kit. Otherwise, brake controller, your salesman will go over that with you. Your hitch, same thing, salesman will go over with you. And then a 25-foot drinking hose, 110 outlet, so if you need to plug this in your house to start cooling your fridges, you can. Sewer hose, and then right behind it is going to be that stabilizer jack crank, which goes right on the end of here that you can crank up and down. And it's the same manual override for your front power tongue jack there. Alright, for your awning, it's very windy outside, so I'm not going to reel this, but in and out. And then you have your light switches here. Far right is going to be your inside lights. Far left is going to be your awning light. And then for lights, for example, back here, just go ahead, press them on with the button right in the middle. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but it's going to be right there. For TV, there's your bracket and mount, and then all of your inputs and 110 outlets that are going to be right up there. Just on here, carbon monoxide detector. So when that is going to be on as a safety feature at all times. So a green light will eventually kill your battery. There it is. So what you're going to want to do is, if you're going to leave your camper for about 3 to 4 days or even just store it, I recommend taking your battery out or taking the negative end off of your battery. So if you're going to leave it for 3 to 4 days, just take the negative end off of your battery and leave it. Otherwise, I recommend taking your whole battery out and putting it either in your basement or in a heated garage. For stereo, tap, volume, and then you can switch between channels there. Zone 1, inside speakers you can turn off. Zone 2, outside speakers you can turn off. Otherwise you can mute both with the top right, just like that. Bluetooth, AM, FM, aux, and then if you need an equalizer, just tap the middle. You go between bass, treble, balance, all that. For TV, switch between cable, right there. Bracket location. This right here, oh, should probably turn that off. This right here is gonna be a thermostat. Just keep tapping. Fan, cool, and furnace. And then you control your temperature with the up and down arrows there. Once again, for lights back here, same as the front, just push lights. The main things you're gonna need to know for your bathroom: foot flush, and you're going to need toilet solution along with RV grade toilet paper. The toilet paper will help kind of break down, so you won't need to worry about clogging, and then the solution will help break down solids and smells to help kind of, once again, make that flush easier for you. Then just up top here, you just pull, make sure the teeth are in the brackets, and then just flip on just like that. For your fridge, turn it on, click on auto. If you want it for electric, it'll take the strongest source. So if it's on auto, it's currently hooked into shore power, so it's going to be on electric. Otherwise, if you need it on gas, you can leave it on gas as well. Just like that. Off, and then coldest one is going to be cold. That's going to be coldest, so the higher the number, the colder it's going to get. It's on here. Your breakers and your fuses. I do recommend bringing extra fuses just in case, but that's just a personal recommendation. You can pick those up at any auto parts store that you need. Otherwise, microwave. For your oven and stove, it's going to be the similar process. Light on, press, turn, light. And then for your oven, you press, turn to the pilot symbol, and sit there and spark until you see a small little flame appear in the back right there. It's not going to light right away just because the gas isn't purged through the system. My gimbal can relax for a minute. So just be patient with it. It could take 2 tries, it could take 20 tries, but once again, just be patient. And then last thing, only spark to the right, because if you do spark to the left, it could break off. And then the last few things here on the inside, this is going to be for your outside shower, and then these silver ones are going to be for your main doors and baggage doors. And then last but not least, these are going to be your readers, so battery, fresh tank, black tank, and gray tank. Water pump, so if you need that fresh tank to be used, go ahead, turn that on. And then you do have 2 elements to your water heater, gas and electric, so you can go ahead and choose either or. Otherwise, it kind of breaks it down for your orientation. If you do have any questions, feel free to write them down and take them in. And then when we give you your orientation in person, feel free to give them to us and we can help answer. Enjoy.